Hello everyone, welcome to the TheCSharpProgrammerZambia. In this video, we're going to be looking at while loops. If you're not yet a subscriber to my channel, I would like you to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get instant notifications of my uploads. And without further ado, let's get to work.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
In order for us to have a good understanding of anything, we need to know the syntax first. So I'm going to show you the syntax of the while loop. So it's simply while. We have the condition in brackets, we have the block, and then we have the statements inside the block. Okay, so this is basically it. The condition is simply going to be your base, the basis of how many times the while loop is going to run. Okay, so when the condition becomes false, the while loop will stop running. If the condition is false even just right at the beginning, the while loop will not run. Okay, so let's say we have a situation. We have to create a simple calculator which simply adds two values, okay, two integers. Now we don't want our program to keep on closing and then we have to reopen for us to add the next two integers, but then we just want our program to repeat asking us to input two integers for us to add. Okay, so we're simply going to use a while loop for that. Now firstly, we're going to declare the variables that we're going to use. So we'll say int x and y, and then from there we're going to have our while loop. Okay, so while, remember that the condition is supposed to be in here, and then also remember that we need a variable to work inside the while loop. Okay, so we're going to have something like int a, for example. Okay, so a should be, a should be, actually we should assign a, so let's say a is 0. Okay, so while a is less than 1, we want our while loop to keep on repeating the statements that we're going to put inside the block here. Okay, so notice that 1 will always be greater than 0, or let's say 0 will always be less than 1, meaning that what we're creating is simply an infinite loop. Okay, so our loop will keep on running until we close our program ourselves. Okay, so in this video we're simply creating a simple while loop, and then in the next one we're going to be using we're going to create a do while loop. Okay, where we're going to be closing our program, where we're going to choose to close our program every time the loop runs. All right, but here we're just going to create an infinite loop. Okay, so let's say we have we're supposed to ask the user to input the values, so we simply say cout x equals that, and we do that. Then here we also we can simply say cin x. All right, so that's for x. Then cout. Notice that I'm not putting end line this side at the end because I want the values to be in the same line. Okay, x equals, then the user enters x right there. Same as for y, so y equals that. We're simply going to, don't forget your semicolon. Okay, like that, and we simply cin what we want y here. Okay, then we can now input a blank line here, so like that. Then here we're simply going to say cout our answer. Okay, so the answer will be equal to the value of x plus y, and we can simply say end line there. And then we can even do something like this. So here we're simply going to say cout something like that, and okay, something like this, which we're actually just going to copy and we can simply type here calculator, and we paste the other part the side. Okay, that's simply the pattern I was trying to make. And we can, oh sorry, that's C++ is case sensitive, and L, yeah. So we have something like this, and I guess we can run our program. Okay, so there's something wrong. I didn't put this here. We can run again. Okay, so our program runs, and it's going to ask us, so value of x, we have, let's say that, and value of y, that. Okay, so it gives us our answer and runs again. Okay, so I guess you can see what's happening here. Okay, then if you want to limit the number of times you want your while loop to run, we can simply change the value of a to, okay, the a can remain 0, but then let's say we want it to run 9 times, okay, or want it to run 10 times. We can simply say while a is less than 10, because it's a 0 here, it should run 10 times. Okay, so we can simply run again. Actually 10 is so many times. For an example, let me just reduce this to 5. Okay, so our code runs, and we can simply, yeah, try that. Okay, so it's run once, second time, our third time is here, fourth time, and after this, 5th time, or actually the 6th time, because our a is equal to 0, remember. Okay, so it's equal to 0, so I guess this should be the last time it's going to be running. Oh, and it keeps running. Remember that we need to be increasing the value of a, huh? Yeah, so always remember that. Here we're simply going to say a plus plus. Okay, so I guess you can see where I made that error, and I hope you're going to learn from my mistake, because you don't just need to learn from your own mistake. Okay, you can also learn from my mistake. So let's try that again. Okay, yeah, so I guess you saw what happened there. The program stopped running after a became 5. Okay, so that's how you can use for loops. Okay, so you can use for loops to iterate something that you want. Let's say you want to continue getting user input, just like we have been doing here. You can also use it for so many other things. So just don't be afraid to explore. Just try out so many things that you can try out, and don't forget to increase the value of the value of the variable that you've used in your condition, if you don't want your loop to be infinite.